All right, guys, we're back again. Offside and Outer Bounds here. We here with something a little different. We want to just keep all you updated, in between our main shows. We want to have a little something to keep you all updated with anything that we find interesting going on. And this little segment is called On the Break. So we here, you'll see this every from time to time popping up random episodes. This is the first one. There we go.
What's happening, everybody? Big Rich.
Hi, cool man. All right
Yeah,
to see what this is about.
we got to hear
So,
what kind of thing going on behind there.
yeah, there's a little
Good, yeah,
regional, but that's New
yeah.
York City for you.
I'm passing by a hospital, so you'll hear some little noise here and there. New York City people know what we're talking about.
Feel that. All right, listen. So we talked earlier. If you want to go back about five episodes ago, our very first episode, we made a reference. And speaking of, I believe it was a Barcelona player. I forget the player, but we talked about how their owner bought their contract and bought out their contract outright, just bought it out.
Oh no, we they
And somewhere in
wanted
the
to
midst
buy
of
his
that
contract.
conversation,
Yeah,
they wanted to, right? And
yeah.
somewhere in that conversation, I made the reference comparing it to Death Row Records and how Suge Knight was acquiring contracts. And it got a little funny chuckle, haha. But we started thinking about this. We were like, listen, after our first month, Richard knows this and Jordan knows this. After our first month, we actually started getting reports on what you all found interesting with our cast, with our show. And that came up in particular. People actually appreciated that. So we want to take a few minutes for our audience overseas, our audience in the UK, our younger followers who may not know what the backstory to this was, just to give you a little brief synopsis.
I think we want to reference that our data shows we have somebody from Ukraine
Yes,
tuned in.
we have at least one Ukrainian watching us right
I
now.
think
At least
there were
one.
Ukrainian watching us and logged in.
And
How
so
we reached there, I don't know.
that Ukrainian fan, I applaud you. Thank you. That Ukrainian fan, you. We need to buy you a steak when you come to New York. Thank you. We're global. How do you know we're global? We got a fan in Ukraine. So here's the thing. Good stuff. This is good. And everybody, thank you. By the way, everyone who's ever clicked on and watched the shows and watched the reels, thank you. Just want to take the time to say thank you and keep it watching, and we'll keep it coming. So the reason why I made that Suge Knight reference was because in the recording industry, there are a lot of similarities, a lot of issues related to the artist and the owner of the label buying out an artist's contract. Here is Suge Knight's story. Now, if you recall, if you're old enough to remember this, or if you want to do a chat GBT, Tupac Shakur was in prison in upstate New York in around 1993, 1994. He was serving about 4 or 5 years, I believe. Dr. Dre and Suge Knight went up to his prison to go, A, not only to go see him, but B, they signed him on the spot to a 3-record deal. The agreement was on a piece of tissue paper, and it was very simple. I, Tupac Shakur, hereby sign with Death Row Records. Suge Knight is my manager. Dr. Dre is my producer, and I'm signing with Death Row. And just like that, Tupac Shakur was a free man, bail bought, and now he's out on the West Coast doing his thing, right? As crazy and wacky and silly as that story is, that's the perils of the music. That's the perils of being an artist who has talent, may not have a lot of money, but somebody else has money, and they will buy your contract or they will buy you out.
So just establish. Tupac was under contract then.
He was under
Never mind the
contract.
signing that.
I
Right.
believe he was under contract. Yeah, I do believe. Or at the very least, there was some sort of agreement where he could use music, whatever the case was. Right?
Okay.
And then
So they essentially bought him out of that contract, paid his bill, and like he was theirs now.
he was a free man. Yes. And they flew him out to LA that day or the next day. Flew him out to LA and he's in the studio making tracks.
Which is again, it's entirely accurate in what happened with us, except in I don't know of any case where a team signed a player who was in jail at the time. Just came from prison. So most of them are free men and women that the issue is just the contract you gotta deal with. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but the parallel is exactly what happens.
Yeah.
I remember a situation with a player. Barcelona signed a player while he was on a plane heading to another club.
Yes,
He,
that's William.
Malcolm,
That's William. That's
Malcolm, that's
Malcolm. That's
Malcolm.
Malcolm. Yeah, yeah,
Malcolm
yeah,
had
yeah.
he had an agreement with Roma. Yeah, Roma had an
Mm-hmm.
agreement with Roma on the plane heading to Roma to sign his contract. While he's on the plane, his agent gets a call. Barcelona wants you. He's like, what? Barcelona wants me? He lands in Italy, gets on another plane, heads back to Barcelona to sign his contract. This is this is happening on. Remember we talk about deadline day. That's how crazy he could get. Deadline day, he's on a plane heading to Roma. Before the night is over, he's signed to Barcelona.
So now let me
They
ask you,
yeah.
those are I'm not gonna I'll stop short of calling them success stories, but at least there was
It wasn't. It wasn't. He
ah
didn't. He didn't. He didn't pan out. He didn't pan out. He's right now. He's playing in Saudi Arabia.
wow.
Yeah, he didn't pan out. So it was like it was nice on paper, like oh we stole this player, but uh,
Mm-hmm.
Because it's and that's another similarity too. Because as record industries, record labels, you sign an artist on the potential.
yep.
Yes.
You
Yes.
Yep.
don't know if somebody is going to be a mega star or anything like that. You think you sign in the next brandy, but you might be actually signing somebody who will actually have to drink brandy for the rest of their lives because
You're
they just
signing
didn't make
One
it.
one
you
hit
could sign
wonder.
the next Brady.
Like,
Not Brandy.
next Brady, not Brandy. So, you understand? So it's because like big contracts, like players, like it happened that with Malcolm, right?
Yeah.
Malcolm just didn't work out.
Yeah,
You
and
stole a guy,
I
it
think
didn't work out at all.
I think he lasted one season and he was gone. That was that. It
So now
was
the
not a
light
success.
and now the labels are stuck with this guy that they or this artist that they paid for. And you know
That's
who's
the only
notorious?
difference.
You know who's
We,
notorious for doing
uh,
stuff like that? Diddy.
all roads lead
So
back to
you,
Diddy.
All roads lead back to Diddy.
so like so we almost had that situation right now with with what's his name with Liverpool, Chiesa.
Hmm.
But the difference was we signed him for low money, right?
Mm.
So this guy was a star, Luma. He was a star player in Italy. He had a big injury. I think it was ACL, right?
I
And
think so.
he never, yeah, he didn't come back to what he was. So Liverpool signed him for $16 million.
Which
When you sign
is
a player for $16 million, that's no
cheap in
money to you.
this market.
That's
That's
no
dope.
money.
Is that in football? Is that a lot of money
Not not
No,
not currently in the current days market.
no,
That's dog
no.
money.
per year? 16
$16 million.
No.
What
That's what we paying to the club to sign
to
him. So
get
the
him?
club.
Oh,
So
that's not bad. Okay.
that's basically the agreed upon figure to buy out the contract. Then
Okay.
so
That's what
Okay.
we,
16
that's
million.
what that's
Yeah,
what that's what we signing on the toilet paper.
yeah.
That's what we signing. That's it. $16 million.
Uh-huh.
But you sign that because you could lose if it doesn't pass in this. You're okay if it doesn't pan out because it's just $16 million.
Hmm.
You ain't lose anything. But are you able to sign artists on that short money, on that small money?
It's funny you say that. For the just to say we didn't plan this part out because I was thinking I forgot to tell you how much they bought out Tupac for. You ready?
Yeah.
Three album deal, $1.4 million. Now, granted, this is 1995.
Fair,
I
which
don't know
which
what the
is actually
conversion
a good
is.
price for that time
but
because
he
those
but he was in jail. He was in jail.
So you
Not
can give him what
anymore.
you want. Hey, listen here.
Not
Yeah.
anymore. Not anymore.
What?
All right, all right, guys. This was just a quick little thing here. You'll see
Yeah,
us again. You'll see us
yeah.
again. This is on
I,
the break. This first episode. So just look out for us. Remember, like, share, subscribe. Make sure and share these with them too. They have the full episodes to watch. They have the shorter clips to watch. We have real content for you. So make sure and share, like, subscribe.
yeah, man.
All right,
Later.
guys. Later, later.
All right.